Yes, indeedy. King's out here for the needy. I heard somebody was out here talking about King. Well, I'm back a day later. Woo. What a day does, right? A day changes your perspective on a lot of stuff, right? Got a lot of these people out here. What up, OG? Yeah, buddy. It's time to run it up on these bums, man. I think a lot of times people underestimate the power of me. Ah, man. What's up, Hector? What's up, people? Who that right, man? Who that, man? I got some stuff for y'all. And when I told you hashtag no PlayStation 6, we gonna keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation on God and them. I told you what we would do. But these dudes think I just play games with them. I don't. I'm not playing no games with you, bros. Hold on, man. I'm tweeting it out to everybody. I want everybody to retweet this, stream it, share it out, hit the like, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Because, boy, if you thought I was cooking yesterday, I'm about to cook their ass today. And I know dudes is going to be like, but King, Xbox is dead. Dolph do protests a little too much there, Papa. Now, I got something I got to show you dudes. But before we even get into showing y'all that stuff, right? Before we even get into doing that, we know what we got to do. We know what we have to do. These dudes don't want me to do this, but I got to do this to them. I got to do this to them. They don't want me to do this to them, but you know I bleed green. I bleed green so much that my hydration is green. Shout outs to Advanced GG with the white grape hydration. I use that all the time as I get hydrated for the stuff I'm about to do right now to you. Right? Use code Iron Lords at the checkout to get 10% off and tell them your boy the King sent you. Now, how do I want to set this off? How do I want to set it off? I think I want to set it off this way, right? I want to set it off this way. But before I set it off anyway, we got to let these dudes know what the anthem is. It ain't no anthem like my anthem. Now, you got some Xbox dudes out here who's cool. No shade to them. I like y'all style. I like how y'all move. But ain't nobody got an intro like this body. Let's rock that body.
I said that you claim it, it's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live, fast talking, no wriggling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends, you in traffic with family, that much making a portrait, gun kick back, knock Grammys from porches, David on the scene, you know that it's scorching, what's the matter with King, that response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment, you front the game and shoot, what said that you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line, we gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine, bow your head down to the King, leave your roses at the shrine, we stay ready for the war, just need the King to drop the sign. Said what you running from? What you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from? What you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
It's what you wanted, huh? It's what you wanted, huh? Be careful what you wish for, because I might have to come to your door and kick it and hear you screaming, Papa don't beat me no more. Who that dude? Me? I'm him. And I've been him yesterday and today. I told you when I wake up and my feet hit the ground, the devil say, he's up. Let me get to moving. Let me get up out of here. What I told you. I had the Discord open yesterday. None of these dudes that like to take screenshots of my joint or like to talk slick and side-eyed out their mouth, none of them pop up. I don't know why. Dudes be like, yo, debate this dude. Talk to this dude. For what? He's scared of me. It ain't nobody particular. Bone, no. Especially them dudes with ponytails. Max Archery with the £2 super chat. I can't believe Sony would support a dying platform. On God, I guess they had no choice. And I'm going to tell you why they had no choice. You know what? I got to show you something. I got to show you something because I know something that these dudes don't be knowing. Like, I be knowing things that these dudes do not know. Hold on. I know stuff that people don't know. Like, I be having things that people don't know about. And I'm a nasty ass individual, so I'm going to do them dirty. I'm just going to, you know how when you fighting and some dudes be like, they fight and they squabble up, they square up, and they cool with it. Now I'm going to throw dirt in your eye, B. Here's some mud in your eye. Let me tell you why I know what it is and how it goes. Like, I got this so set up for you that I knew this was going to happen to you. And I knew I was going to do you dirty. I was going to do you so greasy that your man was going to look at you and be like, not like that, boy. Damn. They out here ragging you. I'm going to rag you today. Y'all thought I told you yesterday, dance, monkey, dance. I told you, you had your day in the sun. Dance, monkey, dance. You had a game that was canceled that Xbox said, that ain't look good. See, over here, if something don't look good, ixnay on a game, hey, you heard? Like, you ain't performing, we ain't got no time to waste on you. Up out of here, son. Get up out of here. Go. But when Sony had a pipeline of 12 live service games of service, 12 of them, and killed them, y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all had nothing to say. Y'all was just like, yo, you know, sometimes, you know, stuff got to go left. I didn't like that live service anyway. But it's a live service game that you do like. It's a live service game that you did, wife. That boo mine now, son. We gonna rock that body, move that body, shake that body. We got your baby. See, now I know you're gonna say, well, but we got Gears of War though. I told you, be careful when you spit up in the air, you might catch it in your mouth. On August 26th, your new boo, she like us too. You got our old boo. You got what was old. Like, y'all be boogieing for old stuff. Like, y'all boogie for the old stuff. Y'all be like, we got some old 20-year-old games they sending over, son. It's lit over there. That's you dudes. Y'all like old things. We like your new stuff. What you got in your bag? What's in your bag? Run your pockets. Run your pockets. But I knew you. I knew you. You know why I know you? Let me tell you why I know you. Let me tell you why I know you. This is why I know you. Listen to this. If I want to, I can even buy you. Boy, let him cook. I am the undisputed heavyweight champ of this. I do you dirty. Ain't nobody ever come up in here and beat me. You may try to talk slick, but you can't defeat me. You can't even look up and even see me because your arms are too short to box with God, and the king ain't easy. Now, B, I'm going to tell you this. I knew I'm highly favored, and I will do this to you. I knew that was going to happen. I knew all that yapping that y'all was doing, and y'all was, they're closing studios. Xbox is dead. You closed all your live service games, and the only game that was successful, sweet, delicious We got that. Now we got that. Now for a lot of y'all that's pulling in and saying, damn, King, what's happening? I'm just showing them I'm the heavyweight champ of this. I'm just showing them that I do this to them. Yeah, I know you're saying, King, that belt ain't real. Real leather. Official. Official. You see that? Official. I don't do that stuff that you do. Everything over here real. Your heart hurt. Your heart hurt. I did this to you. Today is mudslinging day. Right before your holiday, I'ma drag you. I'ma drag you. I'm an animal and I'm going to drag you. I told you what it was going to be, but you, nah, it's not going to be like that. Let me tell you something. You know what I like more than anything? You know what I like more than anything? Shout out to the people that have been rocking. Y'all been hanging out. Y'all been rocking with us. And you know something? We've been rocking with you. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to do this. Because if y'all didn't know this, man, if y'all didn't know this, this what happened today. The King don't play. The King going to do it his way. Welcome to Xbox Frontline News, where I sling the mud and I bust dudes in their mouth daily.
Freedom. What is it worth? For some, the answer is simple. Everything. As our fiercest foes march towards extinguishing our freedom. Now more than ever, we need more Helldivers. We need more recruits.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Will you make the ultimate sacrifice? Now is the time to join the Helldivers.
Now, before I even play the second half of the bloodbath, before I even tell you exactly what the wrath is going to give you, before we even run that way, any of you suckers talking about we capping for some live service game, that's the best game that you put out to your name. That's something that you went out and paid for, and we came through and slid through the back door. That's the game that y'all was talking about was holding you up. So we came through and we slid inside and we took your boo. I told you. By hook or crook, you coming over here. What you hold dear, what you held last year, what you held today is no longer your way. You got to do something strange for some change. I told you everybody got a price for the $1 Million Man. I told you that. I explained to you. You was up for sale always. Your stocks is $24. B, it ain't hard to tell. You are down for whatever. If anybody had I'm down for whatever face, it's you dudes. Now y'all out here running around with this 9,000 employees is going from Xbox. No, it's not 9,000 from Xbox. I told you the most from Xbox would be from 300 to 2,000 people. I told you that. Microsoft is a very large company. Now, am I sitting here capping for people losing their jobs? Hell no. That show was yesterday. We did that yesterday. Today's a new day. If you dwell on the past, you will live in the past. I'm living in today because I woke up today, shots fired, who's down, you on the ground, pick them up, put them in the trunk. We getting up out of here. Sony finish. Now, you done canceled everything. The only thing that was successful, we got that. What are you successful at? Single player games? What's next? We want it. Stellar Blade next. I'm calling it here. PlayStation third-party publisher of the year. I did this to you and I had no fear. I'm like Daredevil. I'm blind. I'm wilding out here. But I'm like the kingpin on you, right? Chess moves moving on you, right? I'm doing it. And I told you I didn't have no sight because I saw you in the dark and I punched you with the right. Dropped you on the floor. You screamed, please, Papa, don't beat me no more. God, I'm crazy nice with this. But I told you I will give you the second half of this. I told you before we finish with these dudes today, I'm going to give them a lot to say. They'll never show up on the King stage. They'll never come on this platform. They'll never come here anyway. But I love Nixus to this day because I told you Nixus was going to be the bullet that was going to finish you off. Thanks, Jim. Liked how you moved with that. I told you Nixus was my heart from the start. I loved her. She's doing you dirty because we put her over there. Let's show you what Nixus does best. Let's get to this. Let's get back to this. Woo, feels good.
You asked for more dudes. We're sending more dudes. Hey, Helldivers. My name is Johan Pilestedt. For 1.5 years, you've been fighting the enemies of democracy. And one of the requests that you've always had is for us to send more dudes. And the best way for us to be able to do that is to bring another platform into the fight. Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. And this, of course, is something that we as a studio is extremely proud of. What does this then mean for you as a Helldivers community? Well, it means that you'll be able to give Joel a run for his money. That you'll be able to take part together in the frontline battles against the evil oppressors of democracy and freedom. With that, I just want to say to all of you that have been with us over the last 1.5 years, help out the new players. Get them into the fight so that they will become your brothers in battle. Finally, I want to welcome all of the Xbox players that are joining the ranks of the Helldivers. You together as a unified community will be the largest fighting force this galaxy has ever seen. And together, it is your responsibility to fight for managed democracy, freedom, prosperity, and our way of life.
Ooh, you know that shit must hurt, right? Ooh. Let's get to these super chats, right? Crossing a piece with the $2 super chat. PlayStation CEO said, we need to make this money cause we broke. Laughing out loud. Max Archery with the £2 super chat. Sony is successful in re-releasing The Last of Us. Yo, we might get that immediately. Barris with the $2 super chat. Where's Eternal now? Who you talking about? Linda? Linda be here. She's stalking me. She know when I go up. Shout out to my man, the real Eternal. He's in the building. Linda show up soon. Ain't that right, Linda? Mwah. Everybody got a price for the $1 Million Man. Everybody. Yo, you heard him, right? Y'all couldn't finish the fight. So y'all had to tag me in. Tag me in. Put me in the game, coach. You know we gonna run it up on these bums. Y'all don't know multiplayer like we know multiplayer. Y'all couldn't handle what y'all had. I think it was too much for y'all. We know y'all without Steam, y'all couldn't get it done. Shout out to Lou Beggar with the $2 super chat. King, are you actually excited to play Helldivers 2 now? Yep. Yep. Yes, I am. I'm happy to play. And guess what I'm going to be doing? When everybody's playing Gears of War Reloaded, you know that game that we already played already, the one that re-released in 2017, we did that. We got something new. We got something new. Well, we got something new we never played before. Y'all got something new y'all never played before. We got something new we never played before. We got something new together. Together. When we all play, we all win. Ain't that right, son? Yo, how does the 26 feel to you right now? It feel like shit in your sock, don't it? Yo, Beers with the $5 super chat. He ain't showing up and stuff like this. He's always crickets from him. Linda's here. Linda's peeking through the window, B. Linda is here. You gonna watch me. You gonna watch what I'm doing to you. I'm doing you dirty. I'm doing you bad. I'm doing you greasy. The worst thing that you did, y'all went to bed happy last night. Last night, y'all went to sleep good, right? Shout out to the Deering on $10 super chat. You in for some Helldivers together once it makes it over? Yes, sir. Yes, I'm down to play. Actually, I'm going to be streaming it. Now, listen, I wanted to let y'all guys know that y'all did get a chance. Y'all did win that stream. That stream did happen, right? So y'all did get the whatchamacallit. Y'all did get the banana suit, right? And I was hoping to go live with the banana suit today. But I'm going live every day this week. Now, it's out to be delivered today. And it's not going to make it today, but the banana suit is going up tomorrow. More than likely, I'll be wearing the banana suit tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll definitely be for the live show Saturday. Well, tomorrow, Fight Night Fridays. I'm already hearing people that were supposed to show up, starting to bitch up and cry out, talk about some other stuff. You got people giving them false information, talking about like I do combat talk on Fridays. I haven't did combat talk in years. Shout out to Legendary Yobi to $5 super chat. Peace, love, life. Ordered it is this morning. Yo, brother King, we need a King David 108 Dragon episode. The Block podcast would have been the beast mode. Oh, he told you about the Block brothers, right? He told you how he also messed the bag up, right? I paid for the 3D graphics. I paid for the music rights because I had to get those rights from somebody in New York, but I know the dude, so I paid for the music rights and I got the music rights to actually use it in the logo. It was so crazy that I had it and how we had it set up. It was nuts. We was only going to do Block Brothers at least probably every 2 weeks and it would have been lit. It was something about something else, but I'm not going to really throw those bars out there because that's something I might dig in the crates and use. Starting next week, y'all going to get a chance to see King's Corner. That stuff is going to happen. I told you, I'm going upstairs in the other media room. All that stuff is set up there. High power PCs up there. Whole deck, whole everything. Mic situation camera is showing up this Friday. I was waiting for the sponsor to send the camera. The camera is here. Ozbot did their thing. So the camera will be here on Friday. Soon as it's here, next week is set up. Y'all going to actually see a different aspect of this house because people tell me I live in a basement. Your mother lives in the basement. Actually, hey Linda. But yo, so also I'm tagging, and I want everybody to tag Alex when I put on that banana suit, and I want to see who did the banana suit better, me or him. All right, that's my dude. A healthy competition is beautiful. Now I ain't got as many subs as Alex, right? I do not have as many subs as him. And I don't have as many active users as him. I do not. But am I funny as him? Yeah. Am I willing to go there with him? Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. That's my dude. I love him. I really do. I actually do. I told you. It's only a couple of people that's in that space that do salt content that I really like. He's one of them. Concord is next. Oh, wait, Xbox better. Cross it up, please. The $2 super chat. Oh, God. Yo, listen. Next, what's up? Who do we think is next? And I told y'all before, I told you the Lego is going to make it over to Xbox, that Lego game. Now, a lot of times these dudes is going to tell you that the Helldivers only is making it over there because of a publisher pushed it over. Remember, it was MOB the show. Remember, Destiny they still had contracts involved. Remember, Marathon is, because it's an existing thing, whatever. Every excuse, right? Well, Nixus is owned by Sony. Sony Publishing is putting this game out on Xbox. Arrowhead told them, first of all, we never working with y'all in the capacity of single ownership again. We out of here. Our next game is going everywhere. So I think Sony, in a last-ditch effort, understood that, we got to make sure that we make it right with these dudes. Bears with the $2 super chat, dual stream with Alex in the banana suit soon. Bro, I would love to do that. I have no problem with streaming with people. Listen, I call out for people all the time. Co-stream. I call out with people all the time. Let's do that thing. I call out for collaboration to uplift the nation, to push us forward. I always do that. I'm joking here, but notice I didn't point no fingers at anybody. I don't do that. If I'm laughing at the toxic ones, and if this hits you, it hits you. Because listen, I'm the undefeated heavyweight champion of this. I bust your cheeks. Pause. When you woke up this morning and you wonder why you had all those missed calls, because people was telling you, David just woke up, his feet hit the ground, run. The king is coming. Pause. He's like, please. They lost yesterday. It's over. Xbox is dead. Remember the former CEO that used to work there that did something wrong that she said they dead. When I told you that Xbox was alive and well, y'all sat there and tried to clown me. Alive and well. You know what's dead? Let's talk about what's dead. Max Arthur with the £5 super chat. Helldivers 2 was running on Azure server, so it was never a Sony game. You couldn't make this kind of cope up. You said that's not a Sony game? I gotta respect your £5, bro. I gotta respect you super chatting that. I gotta respect your money showing up for you. Did you slide in on your smooth brain with that? Did you tell me because they use the servers, it's not a Sony game? Bro, do you eat all your food through a straw? I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you just, oh, you mean the quotes of other people. Oh, you was making fun of somebody else. Oh, you making fun of other people. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said that. Holy. I said, yo, listen. That was the most confident £5 I've ever seen in my life, bro. I said that $5 needs to be studied. Yo, I swear to God, bless your heart, bro. Yo, next time, put that in there. Put that in there. Just kidding. Yo, I thought one of y'all snuck in. And was like, yo, he not reading my shit, so I'm gonna put $5 down on it. Yo, I think I gotta have to rewind that. And look at my face, son. I guess you had to see my face. I know there's people out there thinking that stupid stuff too, because you got people thinking a $3 trillion company that is projected to be a $5 trillion company in 18 months is getting out of the business when they moving their hardware to what Bill Gates originally said. It's like somebody told you, oh, Xbox is doing PC. They started off like that. The Daring won the £5 super chat. King just blue screen live. Facts, son. Yo, my brain said, Yeah. I said, I know he did, son. I said, I know he did. Yo, I swear to God, I said, no, please. Oh, you finally caught me live. Blessings. Listen, man. I told you this holiday I don't work. I worked today. I worked last night. I got up. I went. I worked. We had a wonderful birthday. Did the birthday thing up. Had a wonderful birthday. Let me see if I can show you the cake. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you the cake. I'm gonna show you the cake real quick. She sent me the pictures, but how come the pictures ain't pointing up today? I know what I'll do. Let me put that cake, because I got the cake here, right? So let me put that cake. I'm gonna put the cake here. Put it in the ILP chat, so y'all can see the cake. Cause you know my wife does, you know, she does her best, man. And I always tell her thank you so much for working as hard as she does. Let me get this. Hold on. Go. Hold on. All right. So, all right. Let me show you. That was that's my grandson. He wild crazy, son. He wild crazy with it. I'm gonna show you him too, because my son is wild crazy with it too. I'm gonna show you him too. All right, so let me show you the kick, right? So y'all gonna hear them wilding and Coco doing some craziness. So let me show you that. Let me get this slice. Coco, stop being bad. Hey, loca. Let me get this slice. All right, so I had to get a slice for him because he's like, it's Papa's birthday. So he's going crazy, right? Hold on. Let me switch that over. Oh, yeah, y'all see all those chats over there. Yeah, hold on. Let me get to that. Boom. All right, yeah. I don't got nothing popping off over there. Ain't nothing crazy over there. I don't do nothing wild. You ain't got to worry about that. Y'all ain't got to worry about me embarrassing y'all. That ain't going to never happen, bro. But, all right. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe y'all might be embarrassed by this, right? Maybe y'all might be embarrassed by this. Maybe this might embarrass, right? Let me show you, right? All right. Okay, there it goes. All right. Record it. All right. So we have music playing, but my phone is the phone that is hooked up to the speaker. So when she records, it shuts it off, right? So let me show you. All right, here we go. Record it. I got you. Let's give him this. Record it. So that's stayed behind. So yesterday they was wilding out. We had a good time yesterday, and we did birthday stuff and all that stuff. But this weekend is a big birthday bash, so it's gonna be for my oldest son. It's gonna be also for my youngest son for graduating. It's gonna be for me, and everybody's gonna be here. So we're gonna have probably like 40, 50 people here on Saturday. Doing that up and just having fun doing that. But okay, so I woke up today and I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, good." I told you bad news always falls on the Friday, always falls on the weekend, so the stocks can't drop in the marketplace, right? And the whatchamacallit, and it just dies over the weekend, especially a long weekend like this. So that's another reason why the Diddy case was rushed, right? And it came to a verdict there, right? Really quickly. Boom, boom, boom. 8 weeks of this and then rushed to the end to do whatever, right? And we sent some later. Let's get out of here. Let's go work and do whatever. Cool. So that's why Xbox stuff came out on Wednesday. Now, I thought it was going to come out Thursday. Somebody told me it was going to come out on Thursday. They said it's big news for Xbox on Thursday. Well, today's Thursday. And I thought they were talking about the big news for the layoffs and stuff, right? Because we never got the actual concrete amount of layoffs when it comes to Xbox themselves. We got the initiative closing, a studio that was overpromised, never produced, right? And they canceled the game that I thought that was real gameplay. But what I'm being told now is that is a demo that they set up for the show. Now, if that is to be true, and that's unconfirmed, and that's what I'm being told, and that's allegedly, if that's to be true, and the game wasn't in a playable state like that, and then I heard people say that they saw it, and they played it, and they can't wait for us to see it, what the hell did they see then, right? So I'm confused with the Perfect Dark thing, and I want to know more on that. But them closing down the initiative have a boatload of promises. I think the initiative was an initiative that was made before the ABK, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the building are hating consolidation. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are blaming consolidation for the moves that Microsoft is making right now. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of that has to do with that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they back to complete business and following the numbers that make sense, right? Hollywood Rules, the $5 super chat. Hell froze over. Horizon or Days Horn will be one's first over on green side. Send a support to my guy. Blessings. Also, shout out to you. I know Friday, I think you said it's your daughter's birthday or your birthday or something like that. I got to check the DMs again. Apologize. I was hit with a ton of stuff yesterday, so I know you're celebrating something on Friday. What game? I think Stellar Blade makes it over. I think Stellar Blade makes it over. And the only reason, okay, let me explain why I think Stellar Blade makes it over, right? Because remember when they was touting Black Myth Wukong? Got your boo. Oh, it can never be done. This yada yada yada. Shut up. Amira, shut up. Everybody got a price. Everybody got a price. And apparently your price is a little bit lower than everybody else's. Because when you start to look at it, all third-party people that had record deals with these dudes has jumped ship. Come over to Death Row, where dudes ain't all up in your video. Come over to Death Row. You see, y'all were capping for Black Myth. Oh, it's supposed to be Game of the Year. It's supposed to be this, that, and the third. Why? Because it was on PlayStation. Do y'all still feel the same way? August is lit for Xbox. Y'all traded your soul to let us in. I saw some dude put a clip that I had put up a while ago, and I guess these dudes saved this joint in a arsenal for later. And they were talking about how I was saying PlayStation was bringing Xbox games into their ecosystem. And that would turn that into an Xbox. And that was a Trojan horse. And they tried to reverse the theory back on me, talking about that the PlayStation is using their self as a Trojan horse to get inside the Xbox ecosystem. For one counterpoint to another counterpoint, I'm going to give you. I'm going to say this. What is that? It's Mr. Pitt with the £2 super chat. Say something, brother. One, a lot of times that individual has said Xbox is dead. So my question to you, what would be the point for Sony to place their games on Xbox if Xbox is dead? I'm going to give you a greater point. I'm going to give you something else that makes a lot more sense. Being that, sometimes people don't think a lot of times before they actually do things, I'm going to explain to you what makes sense, right? Now, the reason why I think a lot of the third parties are forcing their hand to make it over is because in a second, Xbox is going to have access to your games regardless, right? When October hits, and this was a genius move because, y'all remember this? Let me see if I still have it. Or did I still keep it? Did I still keep this? Yeah, I still kept it. No, that's that. I got rid of that? Did I get rid of that? Damn, that sucks. Nope, I didn't get rid of it. All right, hold on. I want y'all to remember this. All right, so this shit right here, they were working on this a while ago, right? We all knew about the ROG coming out, the ROG 2 coming out. And Xbox has been in bed with ROG, since the beginning, to be honest with you. They were there at the show when they introduced it initially. So the big news was, what was the tech that was going inside the ROG 2? And the ROG 2 was rumored to be coming regardless. Pause. But then the Xbox had a handheld that they were working on, and that's Pembroke, right? And Xbox, if Pembroke was to be done, that would be, that glizzy eating, pause. Vegan, because everybody tells me that I ate it too fast on whatchamacallit. So no. That's the goal. So yeah, Addict did that stupidness. All right, so remember, the Pembroke would have taken too long for him to get to market, and ROG was ready to go now. So the ROG 2 is ready to go. How can you start pushing your Play Anywhere back compatibility and to let people know Xbox can have other apps loaded in and to test this up? Now, how can you do that? Well, you can do that this way. So if anybody remembers that, then they realize that Xbox is doing that. Again, if you have a very important question, and especially if it's as stupid as the question that you put there, put it in color, right? Okay. It's Mr. Pitt with the £5 super chat. AI isn't replacing devs, is adding them. People need to stop thinking AI can make AAA games. Nobody moans that email replaced the postman. All right. Time. Okay. Whew. All right. I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying. This is not the same as that. Email didn't replace the postman. The postman still delivers every day. Yeah, they cut down a lot on them. And also, internally, the mail service uses this. I need to answer this because I need to respect his money. And this is the second time. He super chatted the first time, and I think this was the thing that he wanted to say. So I'm definitely going to respect his money, and I'm definitely going to give him a respectful answer to what he's saying. Right? I'm not telling you that AI at this moment can make AAA games. No, it hasn't learned you yet. But what AI did learn, and all the jobs that it is replacing, is the jobs that they forced them to learn to use. They used it. Their large language model learned a lot of the positions and learned a lot of the things and has taken over. And for the idiot in the chat that asked me, did I address Microsoft firing people? Just come over here and tell me that you didn't watch yesterday when it was important. Go back to yesterday. Watch yesterday and come back to today. You're still stuck in yesterday. I'm never the dude that run from smoke. I'm not the people that you know. I'm a whole different animal. I'm a different beast. I'm a different beast. I'm not what you used to. I'm a man. I'm a man. So those dudes that run from stuff that you look up to, they're not a man. All right? So I'm going to be here, good or bad. All right? So until it's in color, I don't see you, B. I'm not listening to you again. But getting back to your question, right, and your thought process. Did you see the edict that went in on the emails for Microsoft telling all the workers in Microsoft that they must use Copilot? They must use Copilot. And there's a ticker on everybody's PC, personal PC at home or whatever, that shows how much work did you have done using Copilot. Why is that important? That's vastly important because the more the AI is utilized, the more it learns. And the better it learns, the faster it can handle tasks. So what they're doing is essentially this. You have a new hire in your job, and they tell you, teach Tony everything you know. Now, when you see that as a good employee, you say, yeah, I'm going to teach Tony everything I know. But as a self-preservationist, if you have tenure in that company and you're teaching Tony, well, you're teaching your replacement. And they're going to probably more than likely figure out a way to get rid of you, because especially if Tony can do the things that you can do without your baggage, then Tony's going to replace you. Right? So that's what I'm talking about here. But the majority of those jobs that was laid off was because of the AI and system that they're using. They use it to, And I'm not a fan of this. You're removing the human element out of firing and hiring, because a lot of times when you're getting hired by these companies, they go through your resume. Your resume goes through reading through an AI, bro. All right. And then you go through a process and it's rounds. This is careers. So again, this is not, I'm signing up for McDonald's or I'm signing up for Domino's or something like that. This is not that. These are careers. All right. So again, you got to look at it through a different lens. And I'm not belittling your comment, because to that extent, you're right. But to a greater extent, you're absolutely wrong. And we're in danger. Right. And I'm telling you this because the moment that they put GPS on you, they were training the drones how to get around. They were training the bots how to get around. The moment that you was driving for Uber and you was using that app, you were training that app. And they sold that data to another company, and they put out Waymos. You saw those cars. If you're in California, you see them. And there's a reason why they burnt down those cars in California, because those cars are autonomous cars. How can Waymos have the data of Los Angeles without actually having driven there? It's not just because of GPS. So they got to have the data, right? So once they have the data, then they can use that data to show what is the most effective way to move around in LA at any given time. They have millions and millions of hours of data. So don't discount what AI is doing to the industry. Right now, the industry is bleeding workers, and they're not replenishing it. So again, back to these dudes thinking that Sony is not a third-party publisher. Nixus was purchased wholeheartedly to bring the games over to the PC. Now, let me tell you why Nixus is, he said, laugh out loud, triggered, I won't ever pay. Okay. That's crazy. Whatever. The reason why Nixus is making the Xbox port, think about it this way. What if the Xbox port from Nixus is just the PC port with a little tweaks to it? Right? Third parties know that Xbox is going to have all the games in a matter of months. And that handheld that they would have made before Pembroke was too far along. So let's get with this device here that's ready to go, right? The ROG is ready to go. Just the form factor. We fixed up the fabrication on the form factor. That's easy. All right, let's get to the operating system. We have to tell these guys to stop working on our handheld, to work on the operating system with the ROG, because this thing is about to launch in October and it needs to go smoothly. I believe a lot of third parties realize that they will miss the bag from Microsoft and Xbox if they don't start putting their games over now before October. So, seeing that, you see Final Fantasy 16. I thought they couldn't do that without the whatchamacallit, without the fast SSD. That was BS. It was money had it. We know this part, right? But I want you to really think about this part. When Digital Foundry says they assume that the Xbox version is the PC version, then is this Play Anywhere already in place? The Daring want the £5 super chat. So if it's all going to be Windows soon, and I agree it will be, then why not wait to make the PC port that works for both? I think this is the PC port. I think they're just trying to get an easy money grab. I honestly do. All right, because, all right, think about it this way. You're going to lose. When do you want to lose? Do you want to lose later when you might not recover? Or do you want to lose? Let's do it now. Let's make this port over now. And let's get on the ground floor with this. Because, all right, in October, dudes were going to be able to play Helldivers on the Xbox ROG Ally X anyway, right? So if they said, well, we're going to put out Helldivers after that part, what majority would you hit as far as sales? Even if you lose a fraction, a pinch, you're going to still lose something. I got to get it now. I want to make that money now. Now, at some point, that Xbox that's going to come out, and this is where that Play Anywhere really resonates with me, right? I really look at the Play Anywhere and I see it and I say, I understand what they want to do with it. What is confusing to most people is the execution. And the reason why they're confused with the execution, because they're used to the old way Xbox is made up. And that started with Laura Fryer and them. Bill wanted a box that was a Windows box. Because remember, she kept complaining that you have to figure out what drivers worked and what's that worked and was this and was that. And the reason why she kept bringing up the PlayStation, because Nintendo was using cartridges, right? So her only CD console that she can reference that had been successful in that area, because remember, TurboGrafx put out a CD and Sega had put out a CD as well. Not as successful. 3DO had put out a CD, but they're not as successful. PlayStation is the only CD-based form that at that period of time that was as successful as it needed to be in the marketplace to show that it actually can do some things, and you just put the game in and it actually works. So I understand what her logic is there. So they was using the PlayStation as a model to make their stuff. Bill, higher thinking outside of the box, wanted to leverage the PC and this device in the living room. He knew that you weren't going to get up from your PC and go to your TV, right? So again, they snake Bill. They make a wall garden console that is minorly successful. They cut bait with that, go on to the 360, which they rushed to market, that is more successful. Probably that I think having false hope is worse than having real hope, right? Because false hope is, yeah, I'm gonna do this, right? And that's dangerous because you might not ever win. Real hope is, hi, I got real hope with this, and you manage your expectations. The Red Ring of Death comes, do this thing, and then they go on. So again, for all these years to pass, on the anniversary of your first console, you coming into the market, that console is going to be his original vision. The Xbox console that is Xbox PC, that is able to play that game on PC and Xbox / is there. You buy that game, you play it there. So that's his original idea. Now, this idea is 25 years into making it to market. I think people are afraid as far as, especially the PlayStation dudes. I think you're going to start seeing more Sony games come before that console hits inside the living room. After October, you're going to see the ramping up of more PlayStation games coming over to Xbox. And the reason why you're going to see that is because when people start taking out their ROG Ally X's and they're playing Spider-Man, and you're like, but I know you're going to say, well, they could do that right now, King. With the verbiage and the marketing that's going behind it, with Microsoft backing, it turns into a different beast. It turns into a different animal. It turns into a different conversation. When they have it on the television and they're playing it on the television, big screen Spider-Man, and they're doing that, you guys are going to be like, okay, what games is going to go over? Now, to Hollywood Rules estimation, and I do believe that Horizon is the first single player their game coming over, because Horizon has always been a test bed for everything. Going over to the Switch, going to VR, going to PC. Horizon has always been the test bed to see what sells, right? So I believe that they would put out Horizon And remember, they're making I think it's a reimagining of, not a reimagining, a remake. Yeah, not a redo. A remake of Horizon, the first one. So them making a remake of that might be day and date on Xbox when it launches on the PC. I mean, day and date on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. The same way Gears Reloaded is. If you're fooling yourself to believe that PlayStation is not doing the same thing that Xbox is doing, then you're just fooling yourself. They don't have as much studios. This is the reason why Nexus, my heart, is doing this. Nexus is doing this in order to show you, Nexus is the PC arm of PlayStation. This is going to get done by any means necessary. Now, let me open up the chat real quick. We're going to probably give 15 minutes on the chat. The link is in the description. If any of you hot mouths want to jump in here, come on and jump in here. Let's have the conversation, and let's see if y'all actually about that. I want to know. I want to know, actually. Let's see. But Helldivers showing up today as it's going to make it over to Xbox. And maybe you dudes that didn't see this, hold on, that didn't see this, that doesn't know, that doesn't understand. I love you, but sometimes I gotta punch you in your mouth to let you know who the hell I am.
Freedom. What is it worth? For some, the answer is simple. Everything. As our fiercest foes march towards extinguishing our freedom. Now more than ever, we need more Helldivers. We need more recruits.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Will you make the ultimate sacrifice? Now is the time to join the Helldivers.
That's what the stream is about.
We're sending.
That's what the stream is about today. The stream is about Sony dudes thinking that this was never going to happen. And every day another reawakening happens to them. This is like Groundhog Day for them. It's like you're staring down the barrel of a pew-pew and I'm holding it. The rabbit has the gun now. And you guys are absolutely afraid. But I got my man Raging Bull in the chat. Raging Bill, talk to the people. Let us know what's going on. How do you feel that Helldivers is making it over to Xbox on August 26th, the same day that Gears Reloaded hits the streets? We got something to do. They got something to do. When we all play, we all win. Ain't that right, my friend?
You guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Talk it up.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure my headset's connected and so give me one moment.
All right, no doubt. Hector the Macho Man, what's good, baby? What's going on? I appreciate you showing up. Talk to me. Spit your talk, because you know what we was doing yesterday. Let's get at him.
For democracy. For democracy. I love it. Hey, look, man. Everybody gets to play the games. We all can win, right? Y'all get something to us, we get something to y'all. We all good.
Tell him, right? Fair exchange ain't no robbery.
Ain't no robbery. Listen, you want my tuna fish? I want your PDJ. That's cool. Switch, baby.
Yeah,
we all win.
Remember the whole walking narrative before was, oh, but we're getting everything, but PlayStation ain't giving up nothing?
I remember that too, King. Remember, hey, hold on. Remember after that 4 games, it was the whole slate?
Yeah.
Do we start today with the whole slate, or do we wait a couple minutes?
No.
More games
I've been told y'all the whole slate. I told you hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. Because it's going to be a point where the PlayStation 6 is not necessary. Keep your PlayStation 5 Pro. That'll hold you down. Why would you need a PlayStation 6 when Xbox is everything?
And also, they already said that they were going to be doing the same thing cross generation, right, with PlayStation 5. So even PlayStation 6 games are going to be on PlayStation 5 Pro. They're probably going to run just as good as the Pro. Save your money.
Facts. So let's get back to Raging Bull. He fixed his headset. Talk to me, Raging Bull. You was the first one in the door. Let him know what you got to talk about. Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. So basically, I'm glad that finally Helldivers has come to us, so we can finally complete what they have failed to do for a while. We've been watching it for a very long time, and it's to the point where they had to unstrict their regions so that way more people can play. And that's when they started actually going against and actually able to fight for the game, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, because remember, it's like a whole big thing and everybody able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, finally we can come in and complete it for them.
Yo, you know,
shooter.
You know what's crazy about this Raging Bull? The funny part about that is he said y'all been on the front line and y'all been needing help and y'all couldn't get it done. But in the background, Sony quietly did something, and Raging Bull brings this point up. And I've talked about it before. They quietly lifted this weird ban that they had on countries that didn't have PSN. I think that's in anticipation of their games being able to be played in these countries that actually have Xbox service. And if they're putting their games on Xbox, but they don't have PSN in these places, those games will be counted as monthly active users on PlayStation as well, right? Using Azure Cloud System. That game purchase from a PlayStation publisher. Yes, Xbox get that monthly active users, but I believe it splits like the revenue share I do. When I put up videos that I got to share revenue with somebody because of the music, and I split the revenue. I don't care about that part because I think quality, y'all deserve the quality. I split the revenue. I don't think PlayStation ever cares about splitting the data with Microsoft as long as their game gets played across the world. Now, we did have two more people jump in. We got, who's this up here above Hollywood Rules? Your name begin with a D. You got Kratos and you got Master Chief in your picture. Unmute yourself. Say who you are. What's going on?
What's up, family? My name is Daku Gamer X. You can catch me with the same name on PSN and Xbox.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. I totally agree, man. I totally agree. Like, seeing PlayStation bring their games over to Xbox is crazy because they just did it with like Final Fantasy 14, I think, last year and shit, right? And they brought, before that, they also brought what is that on Death Stranding. So we know Death Stranding 2 is dropping probably next year or whatever, right? And at the end of this year, Final Fantasy oh my god,
7.
Final Fantasy 7 remake is dropping at the end of this year, right?
Right.
The only thing I think though, I'm pretty sure outside of like the next Xbox, right? Because it's probably gonna have Steam or whatever.
Right.
Their PlayStation probably won't have a quote unquote native God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn game on Xbox just because those are straight up single player, right? But the multiplayer games, I'm pretty sure they're gonna drop them. So if, like whatever MMO, whatever like first person shooter, whatever like multiplayer game that PlayStation develops next, I'm pretty sure that's also going to drop on Xbox because there's just too much money to be lost if they don't drop it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Phil Spencer says. Like, it's kind of stupid not to bring Helldivers 2 over to Xbox.
I'm a counter with this. They get a chance to see the internal metrics on games, right? Regardless of what I know Gears is going to have a multiplayer component built into the game, right? And I do understand that majority of Xbox games were forward thinking when it came to that. And we do know that PlayStation started using that same logic with the last God of War, that you had this arena stuff that you were able to go back into the game and actually replay the game and stuff like that. There's other components that they can add to games to actually add longevity to it. But also, Horizon has a rumored MMO game that's actually supposed to be coming out at some point in time. I do believe that game is going to make it over to multiple platforms, but I say this to say this. I say that Sony sees money on the table, right? And it's not in their best interest not to introduce the crowd to those IPs that in the future will have multiplayer components that they can capitalize on money that is just sitting on the table that they can make. Now, I could be absolutely wrong here, right? But if I know that the competition is going to be able to play these games regardless on the devices that they claim that is theirs, and remember, I use the word claim. Some people say that's not an Xbox, and I'm cool with you, bro. You don't tell me what my money tells it is. If I say it's a chicken,
Right.
it's a chicken, right? But again, people claim that it's an Xbox, whatever it be. If they get a chance to see that, and doesn't that look like missed revenue? Because that individual say, well, I brought the Steam version, and I know Sony going to say, I got that money anyway. But again, let's say the Xbox gamer that's not going to make it over, let's say, you know what, I just like my stuff in Xbox and I'm not going to buy Steam. Do you miss out on that sale? That's my question to you, just only for that. And I'm going to get to the rest of you guys.
I feel you. I totally feel you. It's like what they see a bag there and they don't want to get it, right? Because it's right there available for them, right? But your point is valid, though. Introducing them to a whole new, like IP, right? Maybe it might sucker even me, right, to get a PS6 and get the single player Horizon Zero Dawn 3 or
I mean,
whatever,
you can only
right?
get a PlayStation 5 Pro,
it's,
bro. You know what I mean, you can't get a 6 because it ain't going to be one, but you can only get a 5 for that. You don't care. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. Until it's there, it's not. You know, it is what it is.
I feel you. And it is a good way for them because it is like the okie doke, right? So they rope you in, they got you, and they okie doke you back into their system, right? But the multiplayer component, there's just too much money to be lost. So you're absolutely right. They're probably going to put it everywhere, no matter what they do. So we'll probably see God of War, Roguelike Volume 2, or I mean, they canceled freaking what's that game? The Last of Us. But if they had that, they probably would have dropped it on Xbox as well. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Time will tell, man.
Blessings. Well, Hollywood Rules, my dude, what's going on? Talk to me, brother. It's very rare that I get a chance to have you on right now. I know you be working hard, so let's talk, brother. Let's do it.
I'm at work now, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to tell my man happy born day.
Blessings.
And today is a funny day, boy. Yesterday, them cats was popping bottles. They ain't popping bottles, no. It was a lot of bending knees and white flag waving. Listen, it's a new day, and I think Xbox forced their hands in a lot of ways because, okay, we'll give you everything. You want everything? We'll give you everything. And we'll just be the Trojan horse inside your own thing, and we'll sell more games, our games, on your platform than your
Facts.
They had to do something. So the idea that they think, and I agree with him to a standpoint of, you can't make gas games this day and age, and not put it everywhere. It's dumb. It's stupid not to put it everywhere. Why would you sell it to 1/3 of the pie? That's dumb.
Facts.
You want the whole. You want transactions. You want to sell it all over the place. But as far as the one-player games, Xbox
I'm gonna give you a reason for that too.
We don't have those single over-the-shoulder. They are going to, if they're smart, they attack it.
They're clean up. They're clean up.
Wall there.
They're clean up.
Sit on the shelf, dust it off, and sell that IP. Why wouldn't you? Especially at a company that needs money. They need money. Why wouldn't you do it?
They're clean up. And let me tell you something. You open yourself up to a user base that is 40 million strong. But let me say this. With 12 games of service canceled, the only successful game of service that you did put out is actually making it over to Xbox in August 26th. That was in recent years. That game is only a year old. It's a brand new baby, and we snatched your baby from the crib. All right? Linda, check on the baby. Xbox got it. All right? So I'm just telling you what's going on. You got a grown-ass kid. We done gave you an 18-year-old. All right? Whatever that 18-year-old want to do, they are of age. This is a baby. We're going to mold the mind of the baby. They're not gonna like you no more. The baby gonna love us because why? We're gonna treat the baby better over here. But I'm just saying this, Linda, you should have been focused on that baby because now we got it. But I'm just saying, with them losing 11 live service games, and then Hiroki Totoki coming out and saying that, we're trimming the fat. Because when they tell you, y'all niggas, y'all love that. Yo, when they say it, y'all like, Sony said this and they trimming the fat. We want them to get back to what they do best. So this is why I'm telling you that they're going to do something strange for some change. And single-player games is going to make it over there. Xbox has a DAW for single-player games. PlayStation fits the mold. You guys are, we like you. We want you, and we gonna have you. Didn't I tell you something? Just in case y'all dudes so I want you to know something. If I want you, I can even buy you. So nothing is safe. The whole slate is up for grabs. God of War, you're looking kind of pretty over there in that skirt. Might have to snatch that up. Spider-Man, we know that license is it's a big take. And imagine, listen, we're supposed to have Venom. Maybe Wolverine is ready in the Xbox version as we speak. We don't know what y'all doing. Every day is a new day, and Xbox scenes. I told you dudes at the end of the show yesterday, I said, I'm going to be ishing on you very soon. Remember me, because I'll be back. I'm the undefeated heavyweight champ of this. I do this like no other. I'm that dude to beat up your brother and smack your mother and make you mad that you said something to me because I'll whoop your dad. I'm telling you who I am. I'm a bad, bad man. And welcome to Xbox Frontline News. If you don't know who's the best that do this, I'm showing you who I am. Hey, Popeye, guess who I am? I'm Brutus, and I got your spinach. Helldivers on Xbox, August 26th, when you thought it couldn't happen, when you thought I was capping. Ain't nobody out there better than me at playing video games and rapping. Hey, hip-hop, challenge. Catch y'all later. Blessings. It's been a wonderful day. I might do a video later and throw that up for you dudes. I appreciate you for showing up. Jason Redman with the $2 super chat. Pony's pocket watching. Nah, actually, pardon my back, Pony, because you got to stand behind me. Pause. Can't see you no more. You're in my rearview mirror. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how it is. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. And if somebody ain't repping like they supposed to, stop giving them your views.